All right, work session, 29 South Maple, comments from the board.
Elliot had a few words he would
Hey,
in advance talk about the
Yeah, so if I may, I'll keep this very brief because this is your work session. Did you?
yes, they have the handouts.
Okay, and we can email this to you if you'd like, please. So as what we're starting to do now, if we're looking at making a number of potential changes to the code. We've developed a process for bringing it to the various boards and commissions for input before making any recommendations to the council, because obviously anything that happens would have an impact on the work that you do. And the first that we're dealing with is front-facing garages. Now this council has looked at this a couple times. They've had some commentary, which is in your packet, and Historic Planning Commission has also looked at it. Planning Commission is going to see it on next Monday. So we're starting this process. All that we're doing today, because you just got this, is just teeing it up. Saying this is what we're doing. We want to have a discussion at your next meeting.
Okay, so what form do these comments need to be in?
Well, for the start, you have verbal coming, because we're actually gonna have a discussion.
Okay, so at some point, there's going to be a discussion with the board members or with who?
This board will, at its next meeting, we'll bring this up for discussion. So for right now, I'm just introducing it to say this is our process now. This is going to be the first of what we hope to be several code changes, and we're going to bring them to you. At the next meeting, we'll discuss it, and at the meeting after that, if you have interest in making recommendations, and do some sort of a vote.
Okay, so my question is, presumably that discussion will be after our agenda, so everybody doesn't have to wait and we're not truncated with our time.
That's up to you. In this case, I would say that would make sense.
Yes,
I agree.
yeah,
I could transcribe the recommendation or what was discussed. That helps and
yeah.
distribute for.
I think it would help us to see it in advance, but I don't think we should be limited to say, okay, you have got to do your, preliminary discussion. And now if there's 3 minutes to discuss the front facing garages before the hearing starts, that's not going to work.
There's
Yeah.
no
Yeah.
like, for example, by comparison, for Plan Commission, this is the kind of thing they're charged by code to do. So this would be a regular agenda item, but they don't have a dozen properties to look at. So it's a whole different setup. So yeah, that's
That would be at the end of our agenda. So, people who need to just address their projects and leave.
Exactly. The only reason I'm doing this now is because we're not expecting to have a discussion today.
Okay.
This is just, here it is, so you know what it is, so that you can, as you think about it over the next couple of weeks, you're not blindsided by it when we bring it to the agenda at the next meeting.
That Councilmember Jamie has something to say. You're unmuted.
Thank you so much. Hi, everybody. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Hi, Jamie.
Okay, hi. Yeah, and I do believe, to add to what Elliot is saying, from what I understand, there are 2 months to have the discussion. So in case, like per your concern, Carol, if your agenda is very full, then you have 2 months to consider this and share any comments that you might have with and recommendations to council.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's all I've got. Unless there's any process questions, I will leave you back to the rest of your meeting.
That's all good.
All right, I'll see you in 2 weeks.
Thanks, all right. Appreciate it. All right, work session 29 South Maple, comments from the board.
Yeah, I have, comments. The replacement parts that are proposed are really not in keeping with the quality or the historic nature of the property. The lattice is like the very thin diamond shaped vinyl. And the existing is the square type lattice that has as much tighter spacing. There's some very nice existing brackets at the tops of the columns that are shown to be removed. I think that those brackets should be retained. And the pickets that are proposed for the guardrail are quite thin, and the top and bottom of the guardrail are very light looking. They're also, proposed to be a synthetic material. And while a longer wearing material is understandable, I think that the proportions of that railing need to match the historic proportions. The column dimension too, I think, needs to match more closely the proportions of the existing. I'm just afraid that with these materials, the vinyl and everything being much thinner, that it's going to have a very nice historic house that has a vinyl porch stuck on the outside. And there's also currently around the lattice panels that are closing off the area below the porch, there's a substantial frame around each panel that's an important character and historic element to maintain. And those are not shown on the proposed drawings. So I think that there needs to be some revisions there. Those are the extent of my comments.
I would agree with the comments that Harold made. Taking a look at the overall styling. If it can't be vinyl to meet those looks, then think of other materials.
Yeah.
Even composite that's at least scaled appropriately.
Yeah, and I think we talked a little bit last time that the cedar privacy style lattice in the square shape is readily available again, and it's reasonably priced.
Yeah, I agree with the portion comment as well. Making materials to be discussed. All right, next we have 443 Landscape Court, new construction. Comments from the board?
Is this a resubmission or was this before us? I know Landscape Court's been a subdivided property that we see some of the same homes over and over again, but
447. Next one was the one that was the no, the crap is in a resubmittal.
I think
This is a resubmittal.
This
Yeah.
is the resubmittal because it looks to me like our comments were picked up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
but then was this also the one we discussed the FAR?
No, that's what I was thinking. That's the very last one. And they have not resubmitted.
Okay, well, because this one, look at the site plan, and if I look at the zoning code correct, the FAR for this property is 35.9, which exceeds 32% of that lot size for F4. And also the FAR worksheet is blank mostly, but then the numbers that are on that don't match the site plan. I just want to make sure this was going through that process first. And if we didn't review the FAR and didn't review it, then they're over. Or if we didn't approve the
No.
overage.
Or if it wasn't pointed out that a FAR variance was needed the last time, because we have seen a lot of these times.
Yeah, I get it.
I don't have any notes that they're asking for an increase.
And then also the site plan, this is a comment, the landscape engineer or whoever the civil or landscape says that 40% is allowed per code, which is sort of right, almost right, but it's not 40% from the get-go. It's 32 or 35 or 30, depending on the lot size, with approval to go to 40. But so anyway, just it's misleading.
All right, there's no public comments during the work session. The meeting will start at 5:30.
Okay, I just wanted to know that I need to stay around.
Yes.
For the 29 South.
Yes, you do. Thank you.
Thanks.
So this project doesn't meet zoning. Do we just look at it with conditions and?
No, I think then, I wouldn't take it off.
What we've done in the past, and I don't know if this is still okay with everybody, is that we approve the design contingent upon the FAR being addressed properly. And then the city has looked at it and then said, oh, well, you need to get the FAR approved if it's over.
Full zoning approval is required.
Yeah, we've done that in the past, so that's. Session.
With that, my only comment on this one was, architecturally speaking.
Yeah.
Was the finish on the work concrete. Oh, that was my only comment.
Yeah, it seemed like everything else was picked up.
All right. You contact. Next, we have 782 Tuxedo. I think there's gonna be questions, right? We do have
There's one packet here.
there's one. I think,
I have one here. Photo. They're indicating no. This is so smooth. Did anyone drive by this house? Carol, did you drive by?
I did. But that was like 2 weeks ago, so I'm trying to kind of remember. Okay, hang on just a second. Because one changes to proposed grill pattern existing.
So they are
Yeah,
matching
that's-
the grill pattern.
It looks like
Except for one.
308 and 309 are side windows, and it looks like they're going no grill there. Did you?
Yeah, they have like that.
Yeah.
This second page kind of describes it. Scope.
Oh.
Yeah, these numbers are very small and hard to read. Yeah,
It seems fine to me.
My only comment would be to, renewal by Anderson that we need legible submittals. But yeah, I'm okay with what's proposed.
Is there a way we can make something like that? Because it seems to be that there's repeat companies that they're hard to read because the pictures are only an inch square.
Yeah, I'll report it. I'll report it with comments and pass it along. for
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
This is your copy on
Oh, shame, thank you.
Thanks, Jim.
Okay, so 7/28, there were no comments aside from submittal. So we can recommend to approve as noted. Next, we have 26 Sylvester Avenue. Roof siding, front and rear deck.
This was also one that we pre-reviewed, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't have any plans submitted. Which lets me question why there's a window being removed on the left-hand side. Since we can't see the plan, we don't know what. Why the reasons they're taking that out.
Yes. Good about that.
And then I had some, other questions there, seems to be kind of a mix and match on the pattern of their deck rail with some of the balusters extending down into the porch beam. It looks kind of, like a 1970s outdated detail. And I think that it would be more consistent with the style of the house to go with a traditional style railing. And also that area below the new deck in the rear would need to be closed off with some sort of material that's in a design in keeping with the house. I have the same comment that Tracy does about why is the big blank wall on the left elevation being created, and there's also some very tiny shutters that are shown at the bay. They look like there's only a few inches wide. So I was just wondering if there was any thought about maybe eliminating those. It just seems a bit awkward. And there's a new proposed octagonal window up in the gable, and it just doesn't seem like that's quite in keeping with the style of the house. I know there's a octagonal window that's apparently existing on the other side, but it just doesn't quite look compatible, so I wondered if they were consider maybe changing the style of that new octagonal window. We can discuss that.
All right, next we have 527 Ivanhoe Place. This is an entry door. It's all last time.
Now, this submission didn't have the elevation. Didn't have the elevation shown. I think the last submission has the elevation of the window in here. Was that correct? It had like a round top window that we
Yeah.
weren't.
Oh,
fans of.
missing, yeah.
That was the comment, so I think we can still ask the question. right?
Yeah.
It's shown.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, wait, was it in this?
No,
one?
I don't.
It
know.
was I think we were questioning the arch window that's in the proposed new door.
Yeah.
And it really will not be compatible
Right.
with the existing storm door. I think when the storm door is
That's
closed
fine.
over that arched window, it'll look a little odd.
Right, I think
Yeah.
that was the comment we wanted to
Yeah.
discuss the last time.
Yeah,
And so.
Right,
yeah.
right, but that image was on in our packet.
It was fine.
It
Oh,
wasn't.
it is different. That was.
It wasn't in mine, so that's why I was commenting.
Oh, okay.
All right. Next, we have 729 Brookdale. Comments from the board.
No comments.
I think it looks fine.
That's fine.
Yeah, I didn't have any comments.
I thought that it was a shame to lose those cool cardboard posts.
Yeah, I know. Think we can approve that one as noted. Next, we have 609 Sherwood Drive.
I,
Biden. All right, comments from the board.
I don't know what's going on with this house.
I spent a bit of time looking over this, because it is a lot going on.
Yeah.
And what I was noticing is to review it, I need to have the existing photographs, the concept rendering, and the exterior elevations, and there's quite a lot of inconsistency between the two, or three actually. So I just concentrated on looking at the hard lines, the construction documents.
Right.
And I maybe there's some of the things that are in the concept rendering that just haven't made it onto the CDs yet. But I think there's clarification needed. Is the concept rendering shows things like headers and sills at the stucco windows that are not shown on the hard lines, and there's some interesting brackets that aren't shown there at the gables and some at the eaves. There's a lot of articulation that hasn't apparently made it onto the construction documents yet, or we'll need to clarify, like the detailing at the top of the chimneys and the chimney pots. There's a lot of things that add a lot of character and interest to the project that aren't showing up on the CDs yet. Yeah, like at the new entry porch, there's some nice brackets and some articulated posts that are shown on the concept rendering. There's some areas, I don't know if this is maybe just a drafting housekeeping item. There's some areas where the fascia board looks very shallow. And it's just kind of disproportionate with the other fascia boards and the mass and the scale of the house. So for me, there's a lot of clarification needed about what actually is in and is out of the project.
I'm just having a hard time seeing this, I guess, Tudor style house being stripped down to, I guess, stucco, just white stucco or.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's extremely plain. And
Yeah, and then to add false shutters is sort of like a, I don't know, it just doesn't seem right.
and another item too is on the concept rendering, the style of the windows, the grill patterns, are a lot more cohesive looking to the overall design, but on the hard lines, it's showing, that all of the grill patterns will match the existing. So I think there needs to be clarification there. And I agree with David's comment. This is such a beautiful kind of massive stately structure, and it's got weight and substance to it with the clay tile roof and the half timber. And removing all of that, it's takes on more of a sort of
Oh, I didn't know.
insubstantial.
I didn't even notice that they're replacing the clay tile with architectural signature asphalt.
Yeah,
Oh, that's even worse.
yeah, because we, a lot of the detailing and the texture will be
Yeah,
lost.
I think transform the style of the house into the stucco house, for me, the extra layers that are on the designs sketches would help. The brackets, the projections on the stucco that are adjusted on the head or in the sill, conditioned with the windows. And I was not sure about the shutters myself, why they're sort of, distributed in the way that they are instead of maybe
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
maybe just removed altogether. I wasn't sure about that either.
Are the oval windows existing or are they new?
Well, there's at one place, there's, an oval window shown on the concept drawings, but then in the existing, it's a rectangular window and it shows as a rectangular window on the hard lines. So there's a lot of those discrepancies, and there's also a chimney that's shown on the concept rendering that's not on the hard lines.
And I can't see the photos. There's convenient trees in the way. Possibly not. I can't see it. I can't see a chimney on the photos at all.
Right, so we can discuss the one. Then we have 8161 Big Ben, renovate storefront and rear building addition. From the board.
I have no comments. I think it looks good. Have to kind of look at some of the section details to see exactly what's going on, but I think.
Yeah. My only comment was I couldn't tell maybe this is true, but when the existing angled storefront comes out, is the existing overhang it's not quite a canopy,
Yeah.
but it's maybe that deep, that coming out, and also there was a description of the work about the brick masonry above there being helped, but it didn't say to what extent. Like looking at the photos, it's pretty terrible up there. If that can cleaned up somehow. Yeah. Or, oh no, I'm sorry. I want Google Maps. And Google Maps could be 10 years old. So
That's the current condition.
okay.
All right, we can ask about that. Anything else? Hey. We have a preliminary left, and then we did get an additional for information only that candidates handed out, so we can do those with during our normal session.
I had the same comment about Iola as I did on landscape court. The FARs are exceeding. I think it's a 10,000 plus site, and they're 4.5% higher than the 30% for the zoning zoning code.
Yeah, I had the same. I just had those questions.
And looking at the existing site plan compared to the new site plan, it's evident the scale difference in existing versus new. It's pretty substantial.
All right. So we're now underway with our official meeting. Introduced Nicole Bell and Jim Bailey with the city. Jamie Hassmeyer, I believe, was on. She still is with the city council liaison. Carol Duncan, Tracy Collins, and David Yates, and myself, Bob Buckman, all volunteer architects that's on the board. First item of business is review of meeting minutes from August 21st. And I believe all of us but Angela are present. So with that, do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the August 21st minutes as submitted.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. August 21st meeting minutes approved as written. We have a couple of pre-approvals. I'll ask for a motion from a board member. First one is 728 Tuxedo Boulevard.
I move to approve 728 Tuxedo Boulevard as submitted.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? 728 is approved, so if you're here with that project, you're free to go. And then we have 729 Brookdale Drive. I have a motion.
Make a motion to approve 729 Brookdale Drive as submitted.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, 729 Brookdale is approved as submitted. So if you're here for that, you're free to go. At this point, we will go through the rest of the projects. If you're here in person, we'll call your project. We ask you sit here with us or there and introduce yourself. We'll discuss your project. And then if you're online, to raise your Zoom hand, and Tacoa will add you to the discussion. First project is 29 South Maple.
I'm John Brabson, owner.
John. Welcome, John. So I guess you heard our comments.
Yeah, that's why I was a little confused. I apologize for interrupting your other.
Not a problem at all. I think, you know, the last time we looked at the drawings, I think those were some of the same comments about the lattice work and the guardrail styling and the brackets that are on the porch. Since it's in a historic district.
Or we should go back to the contractor and indicate that there needs to be a change, or will you guys communicate with them? How does that?
I think as far as the board goes, we believe that the detailing on the porch should match the detailing that exists.
Currently exists?
Yeah, the spacing on the railings, the thickness of the style, you know, the railing above and below, and the picket spacing, the lattice work being square, you know, with the frame. I think, you know, these were all the comments we made to maintain the proportions of the columns.
Sure.
And the brackets, and I think if those were met, you know, we would just expect a revised set of drawings. We don't have to make a vote tonight.
Gotcha.
Um,
So did I understand you guys do not have the photos of the current?
we did last time we
I
met.
have them here on my computer. if that's
Yeah,
helpful to anyone.
Right, so we did the last time we met, and we had those comments from that time. So our comments are the same. But that was, am I missing anything?
I think that's it. And then also too, I think it would be helpful to you and your contractor. These meetings are recorded on YouTube.
Okay.
So you can, you know, go to our work session and get those comments off of there, if that would be, you know, helpful to you.
Yeah.
Have that record.
Sure, yeah, I took notes from the comments that you made earlier, so I have those, but I think getting them directly from the transcript on YouTube would be great.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
great. Well, thank you.
Thank you very much.
So with that, we will table 29 South Maple. Next on our list, we have 443 Landscape Court.
One person that's left.
Hello, I'm Nathan from Donna Boxes. How are you guys this evening?
Hey,
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Excellent. I think there was a comment made ahead of time about the FAR on this one.
Yeah, I was looking into that because I was listening to your work session and I started crunching numbers here. And I think he was referring to the numbers on the site plan, correct?
yes,
I think that that percentage is the site coverage, not the FAR.
okay, do we have a FAR calculation? Because the submitted worksheet was not completed. It was blank.
That's
And I don't know,
interesting.
and I don't know if
What-
that was by, it says staff use only, but I don't know what the FAR is without asking someone else to do the calculations, because I don't want to mess it up.
Well, I mean, you're gonna have to take my word for it because I don't have the calculation in front of you now, but I just sat here and crunched the numbers and it's at 31.7%. And it's 2,530 square feet. So the number on the site plan is not the FAR, that's just the site coverage, which I believe is allowed at 40%. So
What did you say your area was at?
the area of the lot or of my home,
The house.
2,530.
Okay, so the FAR form that we have is incorrect anyway.
Now that's including half of the garage. That's the house with half the garage.
Okay,
Regardless what.
right, I think that's fine. We're gonna move forward with any other comments on
Yeah.
it. Architectural side, I had one question myself. I didn't see a finish on the exposed concrete at the porch. I didn't know what the plan was for that.
I believe it's just gray concrete slab on the front porch, correct?
Right, I think the question was, is there any plan to hand rub it or paint it or anything? I think the question would be, since it's a front porch, to try to reduce,
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh.
You're talking about the face of it. I thought you meant the actual
Correct.
walking surface. No, there's nothing proposed there other than there would be some landscaping definitely in front of it.
I think that was just a question I had. I don't know how very, I'll feel about it, but.
I think, sometimes landscaping is planned but doesn't get installed and sometimes it doesn't survive. So, I think it might be a good idea to just put some paint or a hand rub finish on that or something in case the landscaping doesn't come to pass.
Agreed.
Yeah, I mean, I think other than that, I don't think there were any other comments, I believe. You guys picked up the comments from the last time.
Okay. And I'm not too sure, but I think there was some confusion. I don't believe this one is the resubmittal. 447 was the one that we submitted with the FAR issue, and we have not resubmitted that one yet. This is actually a new one.
Gotcha.
I was a little confused why it got put under resubmittal. And then I guess my question is who do I need to contact to work out that updated worksheet? Is that Elliot or?
It's Elliot.
Okay,
Or Prashan Peoples, the city planner.
okay.
Should we go ahead and vote on the design contingent upon verification by the plan department?
Yeah.
Right, that the FAR and the site coverage are compliant.
Yeah, and Nathan, just to reiterate, the worksheet numbers on areas and the site plan areas aren't matching. So you just gotta straighten that out as well.
Yeah, that's fine. I will say that I believe that the site coverage calculation goes to the exterior of the wall, and the floor area ratio calculations are allowed to go to the interior of the frame wall. So
Okay.
sometimes that's why they don't match. It's kind of confusing, but
Okay,
Right.
yeah, we'll get that straightened out though.
thank you.
All right. With that, may I have a motion on 443 landscape court?
I'll make a motion to approve 443 landscape court with the condition that the vertical face of the front porch concrete is to be finished either with a hand rub texture or painted. And that the approval is contingent on zoning compliance.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? All right, you're approved as noted. Thank you, Nathan.
All right, thank you.
Next, we have 26 Sylvester Avenue.
Hey, I'm Brian, St. Louis Building and Remodeling. I'm the contractor.
Hi, Brian, welcome. Some questions. Tracy, I think you were,
Yeah, one question we had when looking at the submittal, there were no plans included in the package.
I submitted 4 plans with it.
Okay. I guess we just didn't get it in this big drawing set that we have here. But one question that popped up, it looked like on the left elevation, there's a window being removed. And we weren't
Yeah,
sure why.
there's a door right now on the left rear elevation, and we're gonna fill the wall in. And the back wall has a window, and we're changing that to a door. And then there's gonna be a deck on the back.
Yeah. So this would be on the side that I noticed, the left side.
Yeah, it's on the
Right.
back left side. It's a door right now that goes out onto a porch, and that would be filled in, the porch would be removed. And then the window that's there existing would become a door on the back. So there's gonna be no window on the left at all. It's coming out. The wall's just gonna be filled in.
Is there an opportunity to make a window there or?
He
Just so
doesn't
that we
want to.
could avoid that big blank wall of siding.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, we can, but the homeowner, that's the way she told me she wanted it drawn up.
What is that room now?
It's kind of like a living room. I guess it's like an older, it's got like pine walls inside there and a bookshelf on the left. Other than that, there's just a door right in the middle of the bookshelf. That's what she's wanting to take out and just make the whole wall just a solid wall. But I think it's their kids' playroom, but it's kind of like a living room.
Mhm.
But yeah, those drawings are just what she wanted. So
Yeah, we're just trying to understand it a little bit better.
yeah, it's just an old porch, and she just wanted to get rid of the old porch, and it would just be a solid wall of siding. Right? That's what it would be. But I don't know why she's not wanting the window there anymore, or I mean, it's a door, but she just wanted it filled in.
I think I would be interested in seeing something there to relieve that blank wall of siding. Maybe you can discuss with your client, the possibility of keeping something there like a small window, just so we don't have that big blank wall of siding.
Well, that would be a lot easier just to frame the door hole in and put a window in there.
Yeah, I already got the header there.
Yeah, so
Yeah, it's already got a header, so.
Yeah. So I think that's an item that needs to be looked at. And then that space below the new rear deck. So it's not just a kind of open muddy mess underneath there. That would be closed off with some sort of decorative material that's compatible with the style of the house. And then on the new front porch, there's a fluted style column shown, but the note says that it's smooth. So I was wondering if you could clarify that. Is it a smooth column or is it fluted?
Fluted. It's a column she picked out from Home Depot.
Okay, but is it smooth or fluted?
Fluted.
Okay, I think with this style of house that a plain column would look better. And
Alright,
yeah, on it with just a more simple and substantial cap and base rather than something that's as articulate as what's shown. And then also like on the side of the side elevation, as you're looking at the porches, that detail that shows the balusters kind of extending down on the outside face of that bottom rail.
Yeah.
It looks more like what was a contemporary style in like the 1970s and 80s. So something that would be more suitable to the style of the house is like what's shown on the guardrail that's on the stair, and to just have the balusters terminate into the bottom rail and not extend over the face. And that would be the case on both the front and back guardrails. See what else we've got here. And this is just a question. It looks like on the existing elevations at the bay, there's some extremely thin shutters that are shown adjacent to the windows. Are those being kept, or did you give any thought to eliminating those?
I think she just drew them on there because they're existing, and then actually my architect didn't even put them on there, and the homeowner wanted the shutters all listed on the drawing, so then she just added them. So I don't know.
Okay, I just, if they're existing, they can certainly stay. It's just they're, the size and proportion looks a bit off.
Oh yeah, they're
Size
like
of
this.
Yeah,
pretty big.
I mean, yeah, so, the ones that are, extremely disproportionate, maybe they would want to consider just removing those while this work is ongoing. I think it would look a lot better.
Yeah, I think they're storm windows that close and cover up the window. That's why they're so big. They're like
Well,
they're like shutters that are storm covers.
well, I'm just talking about the ones that are on the existing bay. Right side. It's on the right side. We've got big drawings here, and I'm looking over Tracy's shoulder because we don't have room to fold them all out. They're on the right side elevation on the bay. There's 2 windows that have very, very thin shutters on them. I mean, they look like they're only maybe 4 or 5 inches wide. Those are the ones I'm talking about. The other ones look fine.
Let me pull up pictures of the house. Yeah, there's bay windows, and there's like 6 inches between where the bay meets the house and then the window. So there's a shutter in between there. And then where the bay changes, there's a shutter in between each one of those on each side. There's small little shutters. So she just drew it how it was.
Yeah, that's the ones I'm addressing, are the ones that are really, really narrow, that look like they're only maybe 6 inches between the edge of the window and the corner of the bay.
Yeah, but they got hinges on them, so they're like storm shutters.
They wouldn't do you much good in a storm because they're only covering like, probably less than a foot glass area.
they overlap each other too. I'm looking at a picture of it. So
Yeah,
they like overlap each other because they're, you know, half the width of the window. So like the window on the side of the bay, those shutters overlap the shutters on the back because they're so long. So they're so close together. So I could talk to her about that, but I'm sure, I mean, that would look fine to just eliminate those shutters.
yeah, it's just, it's just a suggestion. If they're existing and the owner wants to keep them, they can stay, but they're just, they look a little, awkward. And I just was wondering if they had considered, removing those. So, let's see, my only other, note is there's a new octagonal window that's being put up in a gable. And was there any consideration to making those more similar in style to, just a rectangular window or a square window rather than the octagonal?
That's another thing the customer did on her own. I guess she was trying to make it look like Victorian, putting a window like that up there. There's no window right now.
Yeah, I think a window up there looks nice. But I don't know that particular style is really compatible with the existing house.
All right.
It's just something to consider a different shape in that area.
All right.
Those are all my comments.
All right, I think we have a list of requested revisions. If you could, Brian, if you could check with your owner on the list and make sure, they're okay with it. Revise the drawings and resubmit them with the changes. I think we'd be better here.
All right.
If there is any additional questions, otherwise we can table this and then you could resubmit it with the revisions requested. And
Yeah.
we could review it at the next one if you get it in on time.
Yeah, it's probably going to be 2 weeks. Architect's pretty backed up right now.
Okay. All right, well, with that, we will table this one and appreciate your time.
All right, thank you.
Thanks. Next, we have 527 Ivanhoe Place, new front entry door. Anyone here for 527 Ivanhoe Place? Okay, I'll come back at the end. 609 Sherwood Drive. Anyone here for 609?
One person on Zoom.
All right. Hello.
How you doing? My name's Harry. I'm with Freeman Homes,
Hi.
the contractor for 609 Sherwood.
Hello.
Welcome. So I guess to jump into your initial comments, I would lean on the renderings. The construction drawings are not fully complete or updated, but for the level of detail in the renderings, that's what we're aiming to achieve and do on the project. The existing Tudor styling may be removed slightly, mainly because a lot of those boards are rotted, but we are sticking with the plaster kind of stucco exterior that's already existing and continue to match that kind of throughout the whole entire exterior. plan is hopefully to, get approval so we can initiate demo here and resubmit and with the, more final drawings. The plan is to basically, interior remodel with an addition on the rear, removing the existing sunroom and adding on a larger great room, outdoor living area, and increase where the primary bedroom currently sits.
So you heard our comments during the work session, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, for me, there's such a wide number of discrepancies between the concept rendering and what we're seeing so far in the construction documents. For me, in order to feel confident reviewing this and knowing what is actually proposed, I would like to see the CDs catch up with the rendering. Because for me right now, there's just too many discrepancies to feel confident reviewing this and knowing what actually is and is not in the scope of work. I think the concept rendering is pretty nice. But I would really like to see all of that detail and the articulation reflected on the CDs.
Understood, and we will do that. It's we're just in the progress of updating that and trying to work ahead on a timeline for the client here, and knowing that we will be updating that to reflect what the renderings currently show.
Yeah, I appreciate it that it's in process, but we need something more completed in order to review this effectively. Because what we have here is just, there's too much conflicting information to go ahead and give this an approval, and it would be a disservice to your project to rush into this. And also there's potential conflicts that might be caused by this level of ambiguity when the city comes out to review things. So it is in your project's best interest and in your client's best interest.
Correct. We plan on updating those. We plan on doing all that. We were just, hoping to at least get partial approval here to move forward with to initiate the demo side of it. We are hoping to, we are planning on replacing all the windows to match the existing home windows as they sit, which is with new windows. I know that was a comment earlier as well.
For me, a partial approval to go ahead with demo would not be feasible because, if there's something that gets removed that is not approved to be removed, there's no really undoing that. And you wouldn't want to cause your client undue heartache and expense. So for me, a partial approval is a no-go.
Understood. So I guess from your perspective on, not giving the partial approval for demo, what are you seeing that potentially in your mind could be changed or should be changed just based off the drawings as is, other than, the exterior design finishes?
Well, we're here to look at the exterior. We review and approve the exterior, so that's what needs to be in good shape. It needs to be consistent. It needs to be noted up thoroughly. We need to have things like, if you're putting those headers and sills on all of the windows, they need to be shown on the CDs. The brackets need to be shown. If that's what you're doing, the style needs to be consistent. If you're putting those chimney pots on, we need to see those. The level of articulation that you have, like at the cornice and the bay, all of that needs to be shown. The fascias need to be shown in the proper dimension. Right now, some of them look very thin. They look like they're only about 2 or 3 inches, and that just needs to be cleaned up. We need to have a set of CDs that are
Got it. So
Or
I'll get,
reflective of what you're
we'll
actually.
get those updated to reflect what the renderings are saying. You know,
Yeah, and I-
is there a possibility that, you know, we can at least start with interior demo on this side and not touch anything on the exterior side that will eventually be done on the rear of the home?
You would have be a separate package, sir. A demolition package could be issued for the interior, separate from the exterior. Yeah, you could do a shell and interior package.
Okay.
And then I would say, Harry, if it's helpful, you know, if the goal is to match what the concept drawings show, just to reiterate what Carol said, you know, if those are on the construction drawings, I personally don't have any issues with the change in style. But we just need to see it consistently. So, you know.
Correct. I
one thing
understand
that-
I understand where you're coming from with the construction and the renderings not equal and everything. We're just, as I kind of mentioned
Right.
before,
And-
working on a deadline, and clients wanted to move forward. So we said we'd do our best and present it
So
to
I-
you. And
Right, so I think if anyone on the board has anything to comment on at least the concept drawings, that might be helpful.
I personally think the concept drawings are quite nice. That just, you know, making sure that all of those beautiful elements show up on the CDs. That's what we would need to see.
Yep, I agree. So I just want to make sure someone didn't see something else on the sketch that they think is off.
No,
yeah, I would love to hear it now so we can, you know,
Right.
when we
I would-
resubmit, we can adjust and
Right,
hopefully
I would
make
like to
this all-
see, yeah. I would like to see the concept drawings brought to reality in the CDs as mentioned. I personally have a hang up with losing the Tudor look. But knowing that they're rotted and they're going away help softens that opinion. It just seems to be taking away a lot of character. Also, the change from the clay tile roof to architectural style 3-tab shingles is a hard to hear. I don't know if that's just a budget thing or if they're, you know,
It is.
and are they in bad shape or can they be restored? You know, anyway, just things I might see, but I get it.
We'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
all right, so with that, Harry, we can table this one. And expect to review it when the construction drawings catch up with the concept drawings.
Okay. Understood.
All right, well, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
All right, next we have 8161 Big Bend Boulevard. Nate.
I'm Bill Elliott. I'm the architect representing the owner. Right?
Bill, and I think Mr. Yates, have a question for you.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
when you're taking out the angled storefront,
It's actually not the original store.
well, no, that's fine, but
Yes.
then is there a little eyebrow above that? Is that
It's
paint?
a funky little
It's probably,
canopy.
it's probably only like,
No, actually it varies. At the end of the V, it's fairly deep. It doesn't really matter. It's all coming out.
that's coming out too, okay.
We're gonna restore the brick up above as best we can. We've got a mason trying to find matching brick that's up there.
Right, to get that Argyle, whatever that.
Yeah.
Cross,
The
okay,
idea
okay.
would be to try to restore that as closely as possible. If we can find something that's close enough to not look too horrible, because there are some substantial holes up there.
Right,
Things have
right.
been removed.
Well, right, and you know, at least getting off those pucks of old adhesive and stuff and whatever else is up there. Okay, yeah, okay. That was my question was how.
And no sandblasting, trust me.
Awesome. Yeah, and that was my question, to what level you're taking it.
Yeah, cause then there would be no protection over that front door.
Well, but it matches. It's actually, if you look at the storefronts going down through there,
Yeah,
none of them are
covered.
recessed. No, a lot of them are covered, but they're covered with a typical traditional fabric awning over the transom windows and the
Yeah.
doorway. A
Yeah.
couple of them, there's several of them that aren't, And if you get back across the street and look at the facade of it, is actually part of it originally was a furniture store. And it was multiple bays worth, and now it's been chopped up, and this is the end bay to be restored.
Yeah.
And it'd be matching the storefront heights for the sills and panels
Yeah.
and stuff going down through.
No signal here. I was gonna find a photograph of it.
Yeah. And it looks like there might be future expansion in between two buildings.
Oh, what they, right now, we're looking at that being a garden area. The concern we have is with Edie Mile moving in next door, that doesn't become basically a runway
Yeah,
between the parking in the rear and it, because it, I mean, there's an awful lot of foot traffic that cuts through there.
yeah.
So we've talked about the possibility of doing arbor garden type area between the two buildings, because most time it would be in shade.
Mhm.
It'd be very pleasant. Be a nice compliment for the building next door as well. Just right now, we're looking at just getting the base building turned around for the new operation being cheap.
Is it gonna be a restaurant or a retail or?
It's going to be, right now, the owner of the building owns the Frisco and the annex. So their current baking operation does not have enough space. So what they want to do is open. Hopefully not talking too much out of.
Yeah, I was
scope
gonna say,
there.
ooh.
They want them, their baked goods, they want to make available to the annex of Frisco, but also to the public.
Got it.
And so early in the day, it'll be bake shop oriented. And it's a little bit of small stuffed baked goods of some kind with
Yeah.
breakfast type things. So it'll be a large retail component with a small seating area. If somebody wants to grab a cup of coffee and sit there and eat. Then as it gets closer to lunchtime in the afternoon, there's discussion now about what menu options will be available for a bread yeast-based product.
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, bread, okay, got it.
All right, well, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, yeah.
Go for that. I think that was really it on the questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I drove by there and saw that it was changing occupancy, it was hopeful that someone would do something responsible with it, so thank you. Yes. Looking good.
John Barr, the building owner, will own the operation here. I mean, he's done a lot on that strip, both sides of the street, and quality top drawer.
I think this is a very nice proposal.
All right, thank you for that. Appreciate it. With that, may I have a motion on 8161 Big Bend?
Make a motion to approve 8161 Big Bend as submitted.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, all right.
Thank you.
We have 12 North Iola Drive. Next on the list, Nathan.
Hello, it's me again.
Welcome back.
Hope you guys are still doing good this evening.
Indeed.
Took a turn for the worse.
Well, I didn't hear it from what I was listening to.
All right, so we're looking at the preliminary, I think, comments. Really the same comment I have on the last one was just the finish on the front foundation, concrete, some hand rub finish or paint.
Yes.
Other than that, architecturally, are there any additional comments? I don't think there were.
Yeah, we just had the same comments on the FAR, just
Yeah.
clarify that, so.
Yeah. And I think that the site plan is the site coverage, not the FAR. And then I will
Yeah.
get with Elliot and correct those worksheets and get that all taken care of.
All right, I think with that, we can move 12 North Iola from preliminary and make a vote. With that, you may have a motion.
I will move to approve 12 North Iola with the revision to the front porch. The exposed concrete is to either have a rub finish or a painted finish. And the ARB approval is contingent on zoning compliance.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? All right, Nathan, you're approved. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Have a good evening.
All right, before we get to our informational, I'm gonna circle back to 527 Ivanhoe Place. Great, perfect.
How are you guys today?
We're good. How are you doing?
First meeting.
Okay, welcome.
You have to take it easy on me.
I think we just had one question from the last time about the front door and the arch window, if I'm recalling. Just in its compatibility with the house. The question was considering a square or some other light that might be more.
It was more her kind of, I showed her a square one and she was more the half moon. Right.
Do you know if the storm doors or the screen doors staying?
No.
She didn't take that
There's no
one.
storm.
Well, it looks like there's
Maybe
a,
it's a screen though.
it looks like this is the storm door, it looks like with the orange mullions and muttons, and that's the existing front door. So I think that the question
No,
is,
no, I'm sorry. There's gonna be no storm door on it, is what I mean.
okay, they're removing the storm door.
Yes, so it's just gonna be the beautiful door.
But it looks like that existing door, is it in poor condition or?
Yes. It's very poor condition.
It's a shame because that looks like a really nice original door and the style is very
It's-
compatible with the house.
It's
But-
letting a lot of things from outside.
Yeah, I just think that, the style that's proposed is just, doesn't do the nice house any favors. It's just not really in keeping with the style of the house.
So we did the color to kind of go along with. Well, actually, she changed it. So she decided, yeah, she really wanted to go with the bluer color. So. Right, because we're not doing a stone door on it.
I'll compare it to that.
Yeah, so it's more like a sub shade. And then white interior, of course. You guys have a good picture of that,
Yeah, yeah.
of this one here? So-
Well, same style, right?
So this is, yeah, this is more the.
Yeah.
More where she's doing.
Well, it does help a bit if the storm door is being removed, because I think the compatibility between the storm door and the proposed door was an issue.
Because the new door doesn't require one, so it doesn't need protection on it. So it's more kind of just becoming the matriarch of the house.
All right. Yeah, I personally, I'm okay with it, the way it is.
Yeah, I won't vote
I
against
think
it,
the
but I,
square would be nicer, but
yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
As well, but I understand.
the homeowners. I like this half circle, especially if the storm door is on, to me, I'm like. It is what it is.
And what,
Yeah.
9 or 12 screws later, that's all it needs to do to replace it.
Yeah, that's what I feel that I think another choice would be better, but I'm not gonna vote against it.
Right.
I appreciate that.
All right, so with that, may I have a motion on 527 Ivanhoe Place?
I will move to approve 527 Ivanhoe Place with the clarification that the existing storm door is to be removed.
Absolutely.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? All right, you're approved as noted.
Thank you very much. And what is my next move here? You guys,
This will go directly into permit review now.
okay. And then that'll go through, you guys will send that to,
I'll send out notification tomorrow and then you'll receive notification when the permit is ready to pick up.
awesome. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Can we make a request while you're here?
What's that?
No.
We had another,
meeting. So.
yeah, we had
We got it on
another
you.
submittal, that was renewal by Anderson. And the photographs of the house are like this big.
Oh,
And they're extremely hard to read and the text is so small that, I mean, it's
do
really
you know
hard.
who it is?
I can, we probably have it in here somewhere. Let's play that. So we can kind of show you what we're talking about. So I think it would be,
Who is it?
Is Mike Carr some?
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe in the, one of the project
It
managers.
was 728 tuxedo. Do you have that, Jim? I think that was one for. But we just, I'll just send you. Yeah, let me just. kind of-
Here's the example, yeah, so
Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
we can't tell what's going on.
Oh, okay, is it this one here, is that,
Well, just in general,
Just in general,
just in
okay.
general, you know, when we look at the drawings for we want to see what's existing there, and we can't
Sure.
tell if there's divided lights or not, or, you know,
Because they're so small.
they're so small, yeah.
I mean, it's a nice assortment of pictures. That's very thorough. But we just need to get them where we can really see clearly what's there. And that we can really clearly read the numbers that are
Yeah,
proposed.
the numbers, for example, just hard, you know,
sure, I'll have them just kind of send it all congested like that, I'll let them know to send that more individually.
you know, or like 4 pictures per sheet maybe,
Yeah.
or something.
So we
Hey,
would-
guys, that's my job, Donnie.
Oh,
This is
right,
Brian.
right, I've seen your name up there.
I've been sitting here quietly watching and I didn't, when you switched over to my property or my job, I just wanted to jump in. Those, the new windows for the Walker family, it is a like for like, replacement. Everywhere there's grills currently in the upper sashes. We're designing the new grills exactly the same way. And we're doing FDL full divided lights with a permanently affixed grill in the exterior, internal wood grill and spacers between the insulated glass.
Great.
That sounds great. Brian, I don't know if you heard, if you could just make those photographs.
Yeah, I did hear, and I'll talk to the project manager about it.
We really appreciate that. I think it would help cut down the number of questions on your submittals too. So
Sure.
it's a win-win.
I don't think anybody from the design side, like Donnie and I, had any idea that, you know, how they were packaging those photos and sending them over to you, but we'll definitely bring it to their attention.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
All right, great. Thank you. All right, with that. We're good on the window.
Good to go. All right,
And door.
all right, good on the windows and door.
Good. All right, and then we have one more for tonight. As an informational only, 320 Holstein Avenue.
Good job and happy night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I know you.
Mr. Martin.
What's up?
Hey, man, how you
You
doing?
guys saved me for last year.
We did,
Thanks
we
for getting
are.
me in.
Welcome.
Not really sure what happened, but I got it on the 21st and didn't make it, so.
Okay. Yeah, we're looking at it right now.
So anyway, the first Marshall, so the project is the owner. Well, we worked on this project in 2018 and did on the boundary, so we did that bedroom and kitchen addition. That's why it has dotted in. This is the old survey from when we did that. Anyway, what this project is, there's currently the original garage. It's this long structure. The original front piece from when the house was built. I want to remove the 19 by but keep the back piece and make that. So that was added on in the late 80s, early 90s, look of it. And make that into a garage, keep the floor slab, new door there. And we're going to take this roof off and raise it up because the owner was like, have a car, call it a garage for a future car. Yeah. So, and I met with Elliot to get it passed because that 6 inches over the 5-foot setback, accessory setback. And so when I met with Elliot a couple of weeks ago, he said that it's a existing non-conforming, and he passed that. There's no idea.
So the newer portion that you're keeping is over.
Yeah, 6 inches over. Yeah. The original was right on the money and. Okay.
There's another zoning question that comes to mind here. And this is something that you would need to verify with Elliot, but it's my understanding that there's a height limitation on accessory structures.
Right,
And-
like 21.
And
Or the-
no, it's not, I don't believe that, I think it's below that. I think it's, yeah, that needs to be verified.
Yeah.
Because if, it's my understanding that a structure this tall would need to be inside of the buildable area for primary structure in order to be this tall. In order to, if you're gonna stay five feet away from, the property line.
What I recall was that it said, that could not be any higher than the main, house, which we are not. From my understanding.
Yeah, I think that needs to be double checked.
Okay.
Because there was just a project through the Board of Adjustment where they were seeking a variance for height. And their choices were to either lower the height or to move it inside of the buildable area for primary structure. So I think that needs to be verified. I mean, from what I'm seeing of the design, I think it looks pretty good, but we hate to, have you go too far forward without getting that verified.
Yeah.
Did you consider putting anything to kind of break up some of these blank elevations here?
Well, we did have some of this one time, the owner said, well, we could, he's like on the back of the house, but he wanted to do a workbench storage shelves on the back of the, in front of the cars. So we just saw with a nicer facade that was facing kind of out, sort of in the vision.
I think that, the zoning question needs to be answered, because really, for me, what's kind of allowable as far as how blank those walls are is going to be contingent on the placement on the site. Because if this ends up having to be moved into the buildable area, those walls are going to be a lot more visible. The blank walls.
Yeah, I mean, I still think it would be nice. I mean, even just a couple windows with the workbench could be handy.
Yeah, get some natural light in there.
And if you do get into a height situation, I can see the roof structure being more scissors type joist or something. Rather than just the flat bottom. Yeah.
Well, we actually looked at that. The problem is the door, tracks come back, so that would be kind of like.
I got it. I get it.
So that's why we're setting it at 12.
Yeah, I got it. Instead of a car lift, having a car elevator, I get it down. Dig a hole.
Subterranean.
Then you can change your oil.
Yeah, right.
But
We've got, the design looks very compatible with the style of the house, which is nice.
yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I mean, that would be my only comment too, so it was, consider putting a couple windows on the back,
Okay,
I'll break it up.
all right.
Right now. Looks good.
So what's the next step? Back to the 18th or can I submit for building permit?
It's information only, so it's really not even.
Right, I wasn't sure where we.
Yeah, it's a little different.
It needs to be submitted then.
So I would say, make sure you're checked on the height question. But, if you're open to the windows, I don't know if you are. but-
Yeah.
Yeah, the owner, I asked the owner, and he was, he's like, "Oh, I'd rather not have to spend the extra money if I don't have to, and I can fill that wall up. Just kidding. So. He would rather not, I think, but I can ask him.
Yeah, I mean, they just, even just a couple of very nice looking small windows, they don't have to be
Okay.
huge.
I think you're for that. Fine.
Okay,
Other than that, I think, have to just resubmit the drawings with the other boxes checked for the next one.
all right, so. For the 18th then. Is this in this middle for today? For the 18th?
It is.
So how does that work?
They have a little wiggle room. I will speak to Elliot tomorrow morning, first thing about this. So I'd expect he'd reach out to you, but I'll send out notification regarding this meeting to you also.
Okay,
And then we'll go from there and you can call me. I can help you along.
great. Okay. Yeah, thanks for that. All right, anything else?
Good.
Okay. Good to see you.
All right, without the meeting is adjourned, thank you.